cake, let it be known. I'm working hard when I ain't on the phone. This ain't a home.
5 ways to increase your productivity.
It's pretty cool. But when you get to this level, you're like, oh, 40 million. You're like, that's not a lot. The more money you get, the more you realize you don't have a lot of money, you know?
Tip 1, put it down on a whiteboard. Create your list for your day. Put down exactly the things you need to do, top 10. Then put them in order of importance. Drop it to top 3, top 2, top 1. And then hit number 1 without moving on to anything else until number 1 is 100% completed. Do not multitask. That will actually increase your productivity.
Get into it first. Until they put me in the dirt. Said I'ma get into it.
Yeah, so we kind of need that done ASAP because they're almost done. The only thing is that the wires need to be moved. So there's 4 skylights on the first floor and there's 4 skylights on the third floor. On the third floor, I don't think there's no wires in the way, but on the first floor, there's some in the way. So we just need them moved, rerouted, so he can put up the framing and we can. Tip 2, prepare everything the night before. If you want to have a successful day, it's really important to prepare the night before, to review your schedule, to look at what you have ahead, and to visualize yourself accomplishing your goals. At that point, you can also see if there's any conflicts of interest or ways that you can reschedule your day to optimize your drive or the work you're working on. So it's always good to prepare the night before. As the night before you're preparing your clothes, your shoes, your food, there's a lot less things for you to think about. And it's also, for me personally, I do work better at night. So if I prepare the night before for the next day, when I wake up in the morning, it's harder for me to just pick what I want to wear. So if it's already done, I just have to put it on and leave. It's gonna make your day so much easier to just get out the door and get your day started.
Yes, Pascal, I'm doing well. How are you?
Good. Did you see the pictures I sent you? And I had you put in 8 skylights. Right now, I'm finally opening up the ceiling so I can have the skylights come in the house. I'm like looking and there's like layer and layer and layer of wood between the ceiling. And so I'm wondering, like, when the guys cut open the skylight, they must have saw that there's 1, 2, 3, 4 layers or 2 layers of trusses, 3 layers of trusses we gotta cut through just so we can have the skylight come through.
Pascal, employees never thinking this way.
Yeah, but now I have a skylight that I paid a lot of money for that I can't use. If I cut all these trusses, then my roof is gonna fall. The next tip is automate all of your payments. Set everything up for auto pay. It's really important that you do that. This way, you don't have to remember your bills, pay your bills. It's done automatically. And also, try to prepay your bills for 6 months or 12 months ahead. A lot of times, you'll get discounts for that.
Best friend, but we rocking all the same things. Say you need me, but you really trying to change lanes. Well, I don't even care.
Then when I saw, I'm like, all right, we gotta cut the trusses too. Like, this is also too much. Like, they should have been on 24s. They didn't have to go on whatever the hell this is. So I'm thinking they put this light here is only really to run the wire and to keep the lights up.
Could be.
You know, less than 24.
Is it the same everywhere?
I don't know. We gotta rip it up. So the question comes is how much value is this adding if we cut the truss and build out the skylight? You know, we'll end up sistering these sides and cut this and move this light down there.
Right.
And then the same here, move that light down there, cut this truss, sister these sides all the way down.
Are the skylights the money? It's transformative for what was a kind of dark space. For me.
For these, you're saying it's aesthetically very good. We have these windows, we have the skylights. It's very good. It's worth spending $2,000.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. That's another one I want to show you.
Yeah.
We can't cut all these.
Wow.
So what's going to happen is we can cut this wood back, and then we can build it out so the skylight comes in, but it's going to be through all this wood.
Can I make a suggestion to you? It's like a tube.
Yeah, but it's still, the light's going to come through, but it's not going to actually, you're not going to see the sky.
That is true, but
so
I've been in some homes. In fact, there was one right around the corner that I sold on the corner right here. And they had put these solar tube things, And all it needs is the sun that's coming through the skylight anyway.
And it shines through it.
And
it shines all the way
magnifies
down.
it somehow, and
Yeah.
it's freaking money.
If we did that, then we just have a tube light here, tube light here. At that point, why even do that? Then I'll just punch in a whole bunch of can lights in here and call it a day. Because that would cost me $200 compared to $2,000.
Yeah.
You might be able to move it somewhere down here, move those two over here, where we're gonna have less funky wood. When we look up, if we move it over, you're still gonna have a lot of wood, but at least it's gonna be more linear and the light will come through. Do you think it's worth it on this side to pay to have the ducts changed, to pay to have the electrical done, to pay to
No.
move it?
No.
If we're talking about a lot of work. Because best case scenario will end up being gonna be 2 or 3 pieces of wood running through the center and you're gonna see it.
I don't think so. I'd rather spend money on other things than that.
Okay, so this one we're not gonna do.
Yeah.
You're saying for those two, we should do that.
Oh, I do. I think it's, yeah,
Those
that
two
doesn't
do
look like
it.
it's that hard to do there.
That's gonna be, again, $2,000. Why are you asking me this question in front of a church? Number 4, how do you become more productive? How do you have better control of your life? Is you remove temptations from your life. How do you do that? It's simple. If junk food is messing up your energy in the day, you don't have it in your house. You don't go to places that sell it. You just avoid it. Now you might say it's easier, cheap. It's temporarily cheap, but it costs you so much more in the long run. Most people take the easy, cheap answer up front that costs them way more money in the future. But if you take the better quality solution now, eating better quality food that might cost you more money, it's actually gonna be cheaper for you in the long run because you're gonna have better long-term energy.
Right.
Remove temptations. And then, do you know what blows my mind? All these girls saying they have OF fans and they're making $100,000 a month or $1 million a month. I'm like, what guy is paying $20, $30 a month to look at some chick naked? It can't just be old perverted guys. The erectile dysfunction percentages of young males is so high. What does that mean? That means they're watching too much porn. So you need to cut that out. Cut it out. Because if you can't control yourself with what you're taking in, what you're drinking, with what you're smoking, with what you're eating, with what you're watching, and you're desensitizing yourself to reality that now you gotta take in fake shit just so you can feel something, that's a horrible life to live. And that's why there's so many suicides. Because all these people are living fake internet lives, watching these people having fake internet life, and they're like, oh, I want that. You can have that. Put in the work, put in the struggle, drive, hustle. You can have it. But you need to cut off. If you're paying for an OF, cut it off. If you're paying for some porn star, cut it off. If you're out drinking every night or every weekend at the bar, cut it off. Because that's holding you back. You're not winning because opportunities aren't coming. You're not winning because you have too much garbage in your life. And because of all that garbage is holding you back. You are your own worst enemy. And when you accept that, realize that, and you cut that shit out, you're gonna have so much opportunities that have been coming, but you didn't even recognize them because you're so busy looking at garbage, eating garbage, drinking garbage, looking at garbage. I'm not saying you can't enjoy yourself. I'm not saying you can't eat nice, drink good, enjoy yourself, enjoy pretty scenes. But you better keep a tight control of it. Because if you're getting more than like 10%, and even that could be excessive to a point, say 5% of living good, do you living too good? Kobe Bryant worked every day, got up at 4 a.m. almost every day, hustled to be the greatest. And you say, I want to be the greatest? And you're getting up at 12? Getting up at 10? You're getting up at 8? Okay, you get up at 8, but you better have gone to bed at 4, working, not watching some stupid show or doing some dumb thing. You better have been hustling, working, grinding, learning something. Get rid of the toxic things in your life. Number 4. But, this is only some. I got other fires, and every business has its own fire. Everyone has a different one. But you're only getting paid for the fires. If this shit was easy, it would be automated. If it was easy, they would be paying someone else to do it that's gonna be like getting paid $15 an hour. And most of the people who get $15 an hour don't have the gut to deal with a lot of problems. So you're getting paid for the problems and being able to deal with those problems. So bonus, if you wanna get really good at accomplishing big goals, you have to find out when is your most productive time of the day. Me, it's later in the day. The later in the day, I get more stuff done. I'm able to focus, I'm able to hone in. I wake up slower. And I get a lot of energy towards the second half of the day. So if you're gonna take on a big task, something that requires a lot of energy, a lot of focus, a lot of creativity, make sure you do it at your most productive time of the day.